hope that delivery people are gentle to us. So I'm going to top down of the packaging. I've got some corner pieces in there, they seem to have cared. Phone looks to be in good nick. This appears to be the lid. It's a lot bigger than the other printer. So my other resin printer is the Anycubic Photon. Original digital. And this one is a shitload bigger. Build plate. Nice. Power supply. Resin back. Spatula. Tool set. Power cord. Mask and filters. Piece of foam. More foam. Piece.
Box set.
Look at that. Holy moly. Okay. Looks like the user manual. Manuel. Step 1. Assembly and level instructions. To get some power over here in a second. I'll just get the basic bits unwrapped and then we might cut and reposition everything. Okay, so I've got some screws here. I'm assuming one of those will be for holding the bed in place. Sorry, the bat. This thing's got Wi-Fi. Nice. No running back and forth to the printer with the memory slot and the memory card. That the VAT will want, oh, sorry, the build plate won't go on until we power it up. Actually, I think we'll have to take that off to put the paper under it for leveling anyway. Yeah, the VAT comes later. Okay. Alright, let's just pause the videos while I get some power cords. So I've got power, I'm going to plug it in now, and then we can do the leveling procedure.
Oh, sorry. I got full too.
Okay. Assembly and leveling instructions. Step 1. Unpack and remove all accessories. Then plug in the power and turn on the power switch. Rise the Z-axis by 10 millimeters. And touch the hands. So we go in the menu there, we press Tools, Move Z, 10 millimeters up. Okay. Step 3, loosen the 4 screws on the printing platform. I'll take this out too, it's just not meant to be there. The 4 screws on the printing platform, is that them?
There's one.
Let me see.
2.
No, they mean this.
This one?
No, these ones. Come on, hands work. Too excited. Can't get it in the hole. Okay, the screws are loose. Loosen the 4 screws from the printing platform. Install and secure the printing platform. It's gone all the way in. Is that your tummy grumbling? Okay. Place the leveling paper on the curing screen and click the home on the touch screen. I guess I should probably peel this off. Doesn't mention that in the instructions. That's our piece of paper. It's nice and loose. Place the leveling paper on the curing screen, then click the home button on the touch screen. Wait for Z-axis to descend, and then it will stop automatically. Finger press on top of the platform gently and tighten the 4 screws to secure the platform. So we press home, and it's going to come down, and what will happen is that plate will settle to a position where it's level on top of that screen. And we want to make sure that we're holding it down nice and evenly whilst we tighten the 4 screws. Now I'm not going to do them very tight the first round, I'm just going to do them finger tight. And then I'm going to go back around and do them a bit tighter. I'll probably do it in 3 stages. The idea is to not move it while we're doing the tightening. But we do want it to end up nice and tight, because we don't ever want that to move again. Happy days. Lastly, click the Z0 and confirm to save the 0 position. Zero setup succeeded. Rise platform now. Lastly, click Z0 and confirm to save 0 position. Click enter. I guess they say keep clicking enter until the printing platform, the printing platform will automatically lift up to a certain height, which is convenient for UV exposure test and installation of resin vat. Then take out the paper. Till now the leveling process is finished. Okay, so we're done with leveling. Step 7. Click detection on the screen and select an image and testing time, and then click next on the screen. The curing screen should display a complete image. Detection. Click detection on the screen, click next. Just display a complete image. Let me do that again. I know. Yeah, it looks like what it displayed. Okay. Install resin back. I'm just going to double check, but I think that's the way it goes. The words facing us, but let's just see.
There's some fluffs on the screen.
Fluffs?
On the bottom part. There's one fluff. What's that? What is that? There's fluff there.
Oh, it's on the side, that's it.
Okay. The fluff's on the side.
Stuck to the sticky tape.
Fluff is stuck to the sticky tape, not the screen.
So they've got that sticky tape around there in case you ever have a resin leak, or so that light, or both really, so that light doesn't leak out around the outside, and to catch fluff. Okay, so that's all done. Just got to tighten those nuts down. Got to tighten the nuts. So you can pretty much do everything but pour the resin in here, but we'll have to move it into another spot to do that. Okay, I think that's done. Step 1, insert the USB memory to the machine, and the test file test.pwmx has been saved to the USB. Alright, where's the, didn't say USB, excellent. Might as well screw the little aerial in while we're at it. Right, we have to get resin for this next step, so we'll have to take it somewhere darker. So pause all the videos again and we'll change location. Part 2. Okay, so we've moved the printer to another spot where it's going to be printing. This is a room with no natural light, so it should be pretty good for resin printing. Insert USB to the machine. The test file test.pwmx has been saved on the USB memory. Make sure you wear masks and gloves. So luckily in the packet they give you a mask and some gloves. There's gloves in here. So wear the gloves. Oh, there goes the Allen key. Okay, now I've got some better gloves than this, but for the purposes of testing what they give you, I'll wear their gloves. They give you more than one pair, that's nice. Very nice of them. Now the mask could potentially be a little bit over the top, but actually you won't be able to understand me, so I'm going to just breathe in toxins for the sake of the watchers, but I won't get it on my skin. Big gloves. So they're big gloves. Excellent. I'd hope to see a small-handed person putting these on. Now to shake my resin. Now I have some different branded resin that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using frozen with pH frozen resin. Make sure you wear masks, gloves to avoid direct contact. Slowly pour the resin into the vat and be careful not to exceed the maximum scale of the vat. Okay, there's a max fill line, which is... I'm just going to raise the gantry up so that we can see. From the max fill line. Oh my gosh, this thing drinks a lot of resin. I think that's going to be enough for the test print. Use the rest of this one as well. It's important whenever you're using secondhand resin. So this resin has been used once, and I'm just going to pour it through the strainer to make sure there's no heebie-jeebies in there, no gorbies, and obviously you don't want to be dripping that, so make sure you're not dripping it when you come away from the printer. Back over to the sticky mess spot. Not very well organised, this space, but this is my sticky dirty zone. All the sticky things happen. Even when you're wearing gloves, it's not a bad idea to keep them clean. I learnt in printmaking at art school that ink and resin are very similar in that they're sticky, and you try and have a clean hand and a dirty hand. And don't put dirty shit all over the place, otherwise it goes everywhere. Which is a lot more obvious with ink. So I think I'm going to take the gloves off at this stage because I'm up for pushing buttons. And I don't want to get resin on my screen. Now we can press home. Bin the gloves. Seems to be travelling nice and smoothly. Spludge. Okay, and the maximum line is not exceeded, even though the bolts are going under, which I think is interesting. And that's what it is. Obviously that doesn't matter. Make sure you wear a mask, blah blah blah. Careful not to see the maximum scale of the bat. Put on the cover and click print. Do not drop the cover on the printer. Test. And we're away. Pay attention to the cover. The sticker should be at the rear. What sticker?
That sticker?
That one. No, there's one at the back. It's okay. It would have been pretty weird if that was meant to be at the back. Okay. Door detection function. Door detection function is disabled by default. If this function is enabled, the printer can detect if the cover is on or not. If the cover is removed, the printing will be paused, and the printing will resume if put back to the cover. If put back the cover. Put the cover back on. Click the icon, the lock icon on the tools interface to enable or disable this function. I'd probably rather it not pause when you take the lid off myself, so I'll just leave that disabled. Okay, so it's going to do a longer exposure for the first one, I'm guessing, and then it'll get shorter and shorter and to the regular layer length. That is the exposure button. Oh, you're just
It's
in a
me
lot of...
turning the flash off.
Ah. And so whatever picture is on here is what is on the other screen. Cool, alright, well that's that. Resin recycling. After printing there might be some resin residues left in the vat. Please filter the resin by a funnel and store the resin in a sealed container. For the residues left in the vat or on the platform, please use paper towel to carefully wipe off. New feature. Ensure the antenna has been installed, otherwise the function is invalid. Open the browser on your phone to scan the code and download Anycubic 3D application. Start your remote 3D printing. You can download the application from our website's iOS. User can download it from App Store. Android and iOS. Detailed instructions refer to the user manual from the USB drive. Do not tear off the sticker on the back cover. Keep Anycubic 3D printer and its accessories out of reach of children. Anycubic 3D printer must not be exposed to water or rain. Do not disassemble Anycubic 3D printer. Please contact technical support if you have any questions. In case of emergency, please immediately cut off the power of Anycubic 3D printer and contact the technical support. Okay, and the back of it has just got all the photos in Chinese, all the words in Chinese in the same photos. So that's that quick start guide, and it's printing. So we're printing. Cool. And cut. And the grand opening.
Got a good shot of your arm.
I've done that up tight. That's something that's not very well planned. I should have raised the top up a little bit higher because that's it's going to drip.
bag. Look at that. Beautiful. And I'll glove up and